What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. We just got some exciting DCU news from Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav. This comes from a Q1 earnings call where he named 4 characters as the cornerstones for the DCU in the next 10 years. So let's break it down in today's video. If you don't want to miss any more DCU updates, make sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know down below in the comments what you want me to talk about, because I love talking about DC, Marvel, all that type of stuff. So if you have any videos you specifically want, make sure to leave them in the comments. Other than that, let's talk about it. So yes, Warner Bros. Just had their Q1 fiscal year earnings call, and Warner Bros. CEO David Zaslav talked specifically about the DCU a little bit, naming 4 characters as the cornerstones for the DCU going forward in the next 10 years. Now, these 4 characters were Superman, Supergirl, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Now, I think Superman and Supergirl are obvious to a lot of casual fans, and Batman was already pretty much confirmed with Batman Brave and the Bold being announced already, but James Gunn has said that just because something was announced doesn't mean that it's for sure happening. So I think they're definitely going to be doing a Batman movie as soon as they can, as soon as the script is right. But we're also confirming Wonder Woman being a major player in the next 10 years, which is awesome for me and my girlfriend. We love Wonder Woman as a character. And honestly, we didn't hate the Wonder Woman movie, the first one, but the second one kind of fell off in Gal Gadot. I know people are starting to switch up. She sucks as Wonder Woman, which is crazy because back when she was casted, everyone was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is the perfect actor to play Wonder Woman. But now everyone's like, oh my God, her acting is horrible.
No.
So I don't know. That's just how the internet is. When it comes to the DCU as a whole, it is nice to freaking know that we have a plan going forward. We already kind of had a rundown from James Gunn being the Gods and Monsters theme, but it's nice to know that Warner Bros. Executives are aware of where they want to go, what characters they want to focus. And these characters make a lot of sense for the start of the DC universe. Now, I want to see tons of other characters like The Flash, Green Arrow, characters like Plastic Man, and Justice League Dark characters like Swamp Thing and Zatanna. That's all nice, but the casual fans need to get to know these characters, these main characters first. I'd love to jump into these other projects like Justice League Dark, but the casual fans aren't going to show up to a movie like that if they don't know the characters very well, which is unfortunate, but that's the brutal honesty of the Hollywood marketing business. I think these 4 characters make a lot of sense, especially Supergirl as well. I mean, I'm sure they want an equal split of male and female characters, and Supergirl is one of the more known female DC characters. When you look at casual fans, you have things like Injustice 2, where Supergirl had a main lead in that game. You have things like the Supergirl show, which ran for 7 seasons. And so a lot of casual fans know Wonder Woman and they know Supergirl. So I think it's smart for them to start with those 2 female leads. I would love to see Zatanna get her own movie as well, so we can start setting up Justice League Dark stuff, but I know where they're coming from. If it was me personally, my 4 would be the main trio plus the Flash. I think the Flash is such an important part of the DC universe and brings in a lot of stuff like time travel and stuff like that. But I think they're being kind of smart, because when you get into time travel, then you start talking about the multiverse really quick. And I think they want to slow down on that. I think they want to pump the brakes on the multiverse stuff, except for Peacemaker. But when it comes to that type of stuff, I think they just want to like take it easy right now, because a lot of people are getting overwhelmed with multiverse stuff. And I knew this shit was going to happen, but I'm not going to get into it. And just because they named these 4 people, that doesn't mean that that's the only 4 projects that are going to be getting love. We already have a Green Lantern show coming out. I hope that the show does well, so they can see that Green Lantern deserves a movie as well. And I'll be making a movie wish list for heroes that deserve their own movies in the new DCU. So subscribe to not miss out on that video. But there's plenty of other heroes that are going to be showing up in the DCU. It's just that these ones are the ones they want to focus on. And this is for foundational purposes. Okay, we are so early. Like, if you were doing the Marvel universe again, you know, we're talking Iron Man, we're talking Hulk, we're talking Captain America and Thor. Okay, that's our baseline. Okay, that's what we're setting up right now. We're not setting up characters like Ant-Man and characters like the Guardians of the Galaxy. We don't have the resources for that right now. Warner Bros. Is doing not great financially, okay? So we have to make safe bets. And I think that the safe bets in this case are also the best bets, because we cannot afford for DC to fumble again. Okay, we really can't. So I think Superman makes a lot of sense. I think Supergirl is going to do really well as well, because her movie, from the sound of it, sounds very interesting. They're already done filming the Supergirl movie from what I've heard, and so they have like almost a whole year of post-production, which is great. That gives the artists plenty of time to do visual effects and plenty of time for reshoots and anything that they need to do to make this movie beautiful, a spectacle, well-rounded movie, because we, as much as I hate to say it, we need the casual fans, bro. DC needs the casual fans. We cannot afford just die-hard fans showing up to the theater. These movies have to be huge. And it sucks to say that, but it's the brutal reality of the marketing business in Hollywood. Okay, I work in marketing, and trust me, there are tough choices you have to make in marketing, and honestly, I trust James Gunn knows what he's doing. I just hope Warner Bros. Don't get in the way too much, because that's what's been happening for a lot of different projects. Mortal Kombat. I have a lot of faith in the DC universe, especially knowing that this is their 4 main characters. Now, like I said, I would choose different characters to focus on if it was me, but I understand where they're coming from. And just because they said Batman, that doesn't mean that we're not doing characters like Nightwing. We might get Nightwing in the Batman movie. So there's a lot of opportunity for them to include characters that you want to see as well, just in different projects that will bring people to the theater. I mean, just because we're doing a Wonder Woman movie, that doesn't mean that Hawkgirl won't show up in that movie. If you're a huge fan of Hawkgirl and you want to see more of her, instead of her getting her own movie, she might just be a side character for now and then get her own movie later. If that makes sense, you know, like Green Lantern. Green Lantern, they don't feel that that's a safe bet right now, so they're putting Green Lantern in a movie, in a Superman movie, and then putting him in a show, and then maybe building that into a Green Lantern movie if the fan base is there. As a fan, we always feel like the fan base is there. We're like, we'll go see whatever you freaking put in front of us. That's how we see it. But casual fans, they don't have love. They don't have the love for the game like we do. But this makes me wonder what you guys would want to see in the DCU for the first 10 years. First 10 years is a very important 10 years for these types of universes. Marvel's first 10 years took us from Iron Man all the way to Infinity War. So I'm curious on if DC wants to go at that pace or if they want to slow it down a little bit. My guess is that they're going to be a little bit slower than the Marvel movies, because it seems like James Gunn is very focused on quality over quantity right now, which is a good thing, because as we've seen with the Marvel universe, quantity is not always great. We got a lot of shows that a lot of people didn't want to watch, and so they took a hit the past like 5 years post Endgame, but I think we're starting to realize that quality at the end of the day is what matters. Speaking of quality, if you like quality videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Anyway, moving on. It seems like they're going to probably set up a Justice League movie. What makes sense is for them to just do what makes sense. These main 4 characters are going to be the pillars of DC going forward, and I really hope that they start to build this DC universe strong. That's what we all need, okay? It's not necessarily what everyone wants. I know everyone wants a Flash movie. I know everyone wants Green Lantern movies and Martian Manhunter. Everyone's talking about every single DC superhero that hasn't gotten a movie yet. But when we're starting a new universe, we're starting at the foundation here, guys. We're laying bricks right now. Okay, we can focus on the roof. We can focus on the roof later. We're not at the peak yet. Superman will be peak, but we're not at the peak yet. All right, we're building the foundation. Okay, then we can do characters like Flash, Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter. That's gonna be our windows and our outside. You know, that's gonna be the main house. But right now, we're focused on the foundation, and then we'll get to the Justice League and the Justice League Dark, and we'll get to time travel and probably a Crisis movie. Okay, we'll get to a Crisis movie in 10 years. All right, we'll get there. But for now, we're just doing the foundation. And that's what's important. And I'm so glad to see that the Warner Bros. CEO are starting to realize what is important. And that's just the foundation. But, you know, maybe we'll see characters like Martian Manhunter in the Supergirl movie. We might see that. We saw Martian Manhunter in the Supergirl show, and it made a lot of sense. And so I think there's a plenty of opportunity for other characters to show up in other projects. And I think that's the way to do it, and it makes sense. With that being said, let me know what characters you would put as your 4 main characters for your DC universe. If you were in charge, if you were Warner Bros. CEO, if you were James Gunn, what are the 4 characters you would put? It's hard to swap those main 3. The main 3 being like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. It's hard to pick anyone other than them because they are the GOATs. That 4th spot, should it be Supergirl? Should it be the Flash? Should it be Martian Manhunter? Should it be a character like John Constantine? I don't know. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Have fun. Be respectful. Peace.